Welcome to your new role as a grader. The objective of this module is to confirm the purpose of grading and share foundational principles for this role in the center. In this module, we will cover the following topics. At the end of each section, we will provide key points to keep in mind. To confirm your understanding of the content, a knowledge check activity will be included at the end. Tap on a button to begin. Grading student work is more than just marking answers right or wrong. Grading is a form of instruction and is a way for the center to communicate with students about their performance. Through this communication, students will feel motivated and gain the necessary information to make improvements in their completed work through the use of grading symbols. Grading also provides information about students to the instructor. Instructors are able to gain insight about the student's understanding of the learning content, and the result of grading may be used by the instructor to make lesson planning decisions for the student. Seeing scores is motivating to students and gives them insight into how they are understanding their work. Grading students' worksheets is one of the most important responsibilities in the center. Let's learn more details about the role of the grader. Tap on Role of Grader to continue. The role of the grader requires you to be mindful of your work approach and consider the best way to communicate effectively with students and your instructor. Work approach is about being accurate, knowing how to prioritize what to grade, and grading worksheets in the most efficient manner. An above and beyond grader also takes initiative to report to students and to the instructor during opportune moments about scores, times, and other noteworthy observations. Let's consider work approach first. Tap on each button to learn more about grading work approach. As with any role, a grader needs to have tools to do their job well. Before sitting down to grade, make sure answer books and grading pens are ready to go and easily accessible from your seat in the center. You want to avoid searching for materials in the middle of class, as this can cause a delay in grading. Graders are required to always use answer books when grading work to ensure that it is done accurately and efficiently. Even if work appears to be easy, it will always be faster and more accurate to use an answer book while grading. The quality of grading can have a huge impact on student motivation. If a student's work is marked incorrect and the work is actually correct, it can disrupt their motivation and cause them to lose trust in the center. Accurate grading is critical to help the instructor and the student's parents get a clear picture of how the student is understanding the content in Kumon. Tap on another button. A student's typical class day involves completing their classwork and any corrections that may result. Graders are responsible for grading both classwork and homework, with classwork getting priority. Why does classwork get priority? Graded classwork gives the instructor a clearer view of how the student is managing the material for each class day, giving the instructor a sense of how students tackle new work. Additionally, you should always grade classwork first, so that students have an opportunity to make corrections when content is fresh in their minds. Students who experience a delay in having classwork returned may develop poor habits of not waiting for work to be graded, which leads to not doing corrections before tackling next sets. Tap on another button. Only after you've worked on your accuracy can you then start to work on efficiency in your grading. Once you have practiced grading and become accustomed to how to grade many student folders, you will start to develop a rhythm to your grading, and it will get easier and faster to complete. It's important to note that we must never sacrifice accuracy just to grade quickly. We have to always strive to do our best as students rely on the information received through grading to feel a sense of achievement and know what they should work on through corrections. Let's watch a video. While you watch, pay attention to what the grader does to be more accurate and efficient while grading. What techniques did the grader use to be accurate and efficient? Select all that apply. Feel free to click a button to. Along with work approach, it is also important as a grader to recognize that grading is a form of communication with students and the instructor. Let's go a bit deeper into how this works. Grading can have a huge impact on students' motivation. We always want students to leave the center feeling accomplished, either by scoring 100% on their first try or correcting all their mistakes to earn that 100% mark. As we already know, long wait times can be frustrating, but even worse, a student whose classwork goes ungraded will lose the opportunity to see if they scored 100% or learn from their mistakes. If they are not understanding content and the work is too difficult, the student may need additional review before returning home with new worksheets. We don't want students to encounter challenges they aren't ready to tackle yet, which makes class time the perfect time to ensure they are still on track. Another aspect of grading as a motivational tool is that we must maintain neatness when grading, as work presentation matters. Sloppy grading marks give students a bad impression and do not model a respect for their work. Messy or incorrect grading marks can lead to confusion and doubt for the student. Homework can also tell you a lot about how a student is feeling about their Kumon study as well as their understanding. Pay attention while grading, as sometimes there is more on the page than just answers, such as a student note or signs that the student is excited or confused with their work. It is important to alert the instructor when you notice specific situations while grading. In some cases, the instructor may need to take immediate action to provide guidance to the student or adjust the lesson plan. Please talk with your instructor and ask them for what type of grading situations they want to be notified about during class. Here are a few times you may want to alert the instructor. When a student is skipping problems or pages consistently. When the student makes many mistakes across a packet or takes a very long time to complete. When a student is struggling with corrections multiple times. Letting the instructor know immediately will allow the instructor to assign the student review before returning home, so no time is wasted in their study. Please confirm with your instructor for other scenarios that may warrant communication with them. Have an awareness of what is happening in the class that could cause disruptions to students learning around you. Alert the instructor if there are major disruptions happening, or intervene as necessary. Lastly, we all make mistakes. Be honest if you make an error while grading, and apologize to the student. If you have specific questions about grading, first consult the grading guidelines, then ask a teammate or your instructor for guidance. Grading is so much more than simply checking student work. It is a fundamental aspect of center operations that has an impact on the instructor, students, and families at the center. With this in mind, take care in how you grade and try your best. With time, you will continue to sharpen this ability. It's time for the knowledge check activity. Let's get started.